So, taking delivery of your new Tesla Cybertruck later this year, well, I do hope that you love it, because if you don't and you so much as think about selling it, Tesla are going to sue you for $50,000. That is according to this new terms and conditions document, which all new Cybertruck owners are going to be subject to. Now, I'll get into the document in just a moment, but first up, a quick welcome back to the channel. Hello, if you haven't joined us before, do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and as always, remember to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I think there will be a few thoughts on this one. Right, let me delve into this document. Intriguing stuff. Right, so it's marked as for Cybertruck only, so it doesn't look like this is something they're going to roll out across all the Teslas, just the Cybertruck for now. So, you understand and acknowledge that Cybertruck will be released in limited quantity. You agree that you will not sell or otherwise attempt to sell the vehicle within the first year following the vehicle's delivery date, notwithstanding the foregoing. If you must sell the vehicle within the first year following its delivery date for unforeseen circumstances, and Tesla agrees to purchase the vehicle from you at its sole discretion and at the purchase price listed on your final price sheet, less 25 cents per mile driven, reasonable wear and tear, and the cost to repair the vehicle to Tesla's used vehicle cosmetic and mechanical standards. If Tesla declines to purchase your vehicle, you may then resell the vehicle to a third party only after receiving written consent from Tesla. This is your own vehicle, which you've paid full price for. You agree that in the event that you breach this provision, or Tesla has reasonable belief to believe that you are about to breach the provision, Tesla may seek injunctive relief to prevent the transfer of the title of the vehicle and demand liquidated damages from you in the amount of $50,000. Wow. Or the value received as consideration for the sale or transfer, whichever is greater. Tesla may also refuse to sell you any future vehicles. I'm going to hold back on making comments right now. I'll get through the rest of this document. There's just a little bit to go, and then we can have a bit of discussion. But yeah, yikes. Okay, so you will be in default and or breach of this agreement if any of the following occurs, except as prohibited by law. You fail to perform an obligation that you've undertaken in this agreement, or we, in good faith, believe that you cannot or will not pay or perform the obligations that you have agreed to. You will also be in default or breach of this document if you provide false or misleading information in the order or do anything the law says is default. If you are in default, we may, after any legally required notice or waiting period, do anything to protect the interests in the vehicle, including repossessing the vehicle using legally permitted means. This is where it gets really interesting. Locate and disable the vehicle electronically using our remote dynamic vehicle connection described in our private policy. What? Sue you for damages to get the vehicle back and charge you for the amounts that we spend taking these actions, including but not limited to attorney fees and costs. Wow, unbelievable. There's a few things to unpack there. Number one being, okay, it could be argued that if you've bought the vehicle, you've paid money for it, you've received an asset and you're not allowed to sell it. Is it actually your asset? Is it your vehicle to begin with? Oh, I mean, what if your circumstances change? What if you can no longer afford it? What if you just don't want it anymore? Or what if, like someone on the forums right now, you move to a new housing estate and the truck physically will not fit in the housing estate because they're an absolute behemoth, these things. I don't know if you've ever seen one in person, but they are unbelievably big. It sounded a bit trivial to me, like how could you live in a housing estate that can't fit a truck? They're bloody massive. That's why it's completely logical. Tesla, by the way, have refused to grant that owner permission to sell his own car, and he also wants to purchase a Model 3, so he can't just sell it anyway because Tesla will probably blacklist him, and also remotely disable the car. What's that all about? That is a very scary thought indeed, because do something that the manufacturer doesn't necessarily like or miss a single payment, boom, car's not going to start tomorrow morning, you're not getting to work or the hospital appointment which you're scheduled in for. Now I can see what they would say that they're trying to do here. They're trying to stop people from buying the cars, putting a big markup on them and reselling them for a greater value. But there's much fairer ways of going about that. How about putting a price cap and a price bottom on them? That would control the values. How about stipulating that a single buyer can only have a single Cybertruck rather than being able to buy multiples? These are much, much fairer ways of going about this, and I've sat in my car in this scenic location and came up with them in about 15 seconds. Now, before anyone else mentions it, I know that other manufacturers do similar. It's completely different in implementation. The likes of Ferrari and Porsche with really exclusive cars will occasionally do this, but what they'll do is they will lease the car to the customer for the first year and then give the option to purchase the vehicle at the end of that year. It is a real far cry from electronically disabling your vehicle. Now, of course, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Please do drop them in the comments section below. To me, this is madness and a sign of things to come. Unfortunately, I think this is the way the automotive world is going to go. Now, if you are looking to buy a quality used car, here's a little tip for you. Use vehiclescore.co.uk. Put the plate of the car you're interested in. This is a completely free service, by the way. I'm not trying to sell you anything, and it'll give you the good and bad points about that car. If you are serious about buying it, purchase one of their HPI reports. I'm going to drop a 15% discount voucher in the description below alongside the link. But yeah, please do let me know what you think of this and whether you would buy a car which forces you to sign a contract like that.